Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim and Assalamu alaikum to all of you. Welcome to lecture number 9. This lecture is about corporate governance, that how the company manage, administer its affairs. In this lecture, the student at the end of this lecture must understand and comprehend that who and how a company is administered or managed, how the directors are appointed, what are different kinds of director, and what are their power and functions. Basically, company run its affairs through board of directors. So it is the board of directors that is called as the corporate governance. It is in fact the board of directors who actually run the affairs of the administration of the company. Now, what is corporate governance? Corporate governance is the combination of the rules, procedures, laws, regulations, etc., by which the business of the company is operated, regulated, and controlled. So those rules, those principles, those regulations, those procedures, they operates, regulate, and control the company's business is technically called as corporate governance. There is a board of directors in every company, whether that is a single member company, public company, private company, what it may be, limited, unlimited. In every company, there will be a board of directors. And this corporate governance is entrusted to that board of governance by the Companies Act 2017. Although it has a wide powers, but at the same time, it is also made accountable that it act in a fairness and transparent manner. All the relations, all the functions, all the powers and functions of the company. And it is responsible to all its stakeholders. What are the stakeholders of the company? That is the shareholder, that is the main stakeholder. They are the owners, financiers, that is the creditor who invests the amount in the company, the customers who use the articles of that company that is manufactured, management, employees, government, and last but not the least, community. So, board of directors who exercise corporate governance enjoy unlimited powers. Unlimited powers within their scope, that is within the scope of Companies Act, within the scope of Memorandum of Association, within the scope of the Articles of Association, and general ages must be lawful. But at the same time, it is also made accountable. To whom? To all stakeholders. That is, shareholders, financiers, customers, management, employees, government, and the community. Section 154 is basically relates with the management and the directors. According to Companies Act 2017, every company must have a board of directors, as I have told you. In single member company, there will be one director. In a private company, there must be minimum 2 and maximum there 50. While in case of public company, as you know, public company is divided into two parts. One is non-listed company that is not registered with the stock exchange, and other is a listed company that is registered with the stock exchange. So public company that is non-listed company, minimum number of members is 3, must have 3 directors and maximum no limit, while a public company that is a listed one that is registered with the stock exchange must have minimum 7 directors and maximum no limit. So section 54 make it clear that every company must have its own board of directors. Now, who is director? Director is a natural person, human being, who is responsible for all over administration and management of the affairs of the company. All the power and functions that are exercised by a company under Companies Act, under Memorandum of Association, under Article of Association, or under the resolutions passed by the company in annual general meeting, extraordinary meeting, etc., All these powers are exercised through the board of directors. The board of director is an executive body that is responsible for the execution, for enforcement, implementation of the all rules and regulations of the company. The board of director are the elected representative of the shareholders acting collectively in the management of the company's affairs. So board of directors are member of the board of directors are elected one. They are the representative, just like in the cabinet or in the parliament. We send our representative through a voting process, through an election process, and they represent us and govern the whole state. In the same way, in a company, the shareholders in election elect their directors who manage all the affairs of the company. Now we came that how the directors are appointed, or what are different kinds of directors, we can also call it as. In other words, the appointment of the first director, as we have already studied, all those persons who sign the subscription clause of the memorandum, they are become the directors. So first directors are those who have signed the memorandum of association subscription clause. That is why they are called as director by subscription. The application for the registration delivered to registrar to form a company, including particulars of the first directors with their consent. So consent letter will be issued by the each director that I, Mr. So-and-so, hereby give my consent to act as the director of the company, and he will sign it and his signature will be attested also. They are directors by subscription. As I have told you, they are appointed for the first financial year. So their term, their tenure is 1 year. On completion of the first financial year, when first general meeting take place, the new directors will be appointed and they will be retired. Yes, they are entitled for re-election also. Appointment of subsequent directors. As you know, the subsequent director, those directors which are appointed after the director by subscription. They are elected for 3 years, and their appointment start from the first annual general meeting. And after every 3 years, in this annual general meeting, new directors are appointed, and these directors are also re-elected as many times as they like. There is no bar on the re-election of the directors. So what will be the procedure of the election? What will be the procedure of the voting, etc.? That will be mentioned in the articles of association. Third type of directors are a casual vacancy director. If any vacancy occurring among the directors may be filled up by the directors, and the person is appointed shall hold office for the remainder of the term of the directors in whose place he is appointed. So in case of casual vacancy, that is in case of the death of a director or disqualification of a director, then there will be no fresh election. There will be no fresh election. But casual vacancy will be filled up by the existing directors. For example, there are 3 directors. They will decide post are 4 and 1 is become disqualified. So the 3 directors by their voting, they will appoint a new director for them. So how the casual vacancy is made? That is by the board of directors. How appointment of the subsequent director are made? That is by the shareholders in general election, general meeting. Appointment of the first director, they are appointed just by signing the subscription clause. So it is very much easy, I think. 4th type of director is called as independent directors. Independent directors play a key role in the good governance and efficient functioning of the board. Basically, independent directors are experts in their particular field. The Companies Act 2017 defined qualifying criteria as an independent director and requires that such director be chosen from the data bank maintained by institute body authorized by Security Exchange Commission of Pakistan. So there are different institutes, different bodies. They have a list of directors who are expert in different particular fields, and they are approved by the Security Exchange Commission of Pakistan. So whenever a company need a particular technically sound person to guide them in their affairs of the company, they choose anyone from their data bank, which is approved by the Security Exchange Commission of Pakistan, and he will act as an independent director in the board of directors. He is not the member of the company, but he is a technical technocrat one, and he will help the company in performing its functions. Now, independent directors are section 166. There is no need to read all of this, but it is enough that what we have studied there, its main definition is quite enough for here, but still, if you can read it out. Manner of selection of independent director and maintenance of data bank of independent directors. An independent director be appointed under any law, rules, regulation, or code shall be selected from data bank containing name, address, and qualification of persons who are eligible and willing to act as independent director, maintained by any institute, body, or association as may be notified by the Commission. Commission here means Security Exchange Commission of Pakistan. Having expertise in creation and maintenance of such data bank and post on their website for the use of the company making appointment of such directors. So when this data bank is maintained, it is on the website of the Security Exchange Commission of Pakistan, and any company that need to appoint a particular type in a sugar company or in a trading company or in a marble company, so relevant person they choose. Provided that the responsibility of exercising due diligence before selecting a person from the data bank refers to above as an independent director shall lie on the company or the government, as the case may be, making such appointment. For the purpose of this section, an independent director means a director who is not connected or does not have any other relationship, whether pecuniary or otherwise, with the company, its associated companies, subsidiaries, companies, as you have known, holding company, etc., or directors, and can reasonably perceive as being able to exercise independent business judgment without being subservient to some any form of conflict of interest. So as you know that independent director is not a shareholder, neither he has any relation with the company, so therefore he can exercise his independent judgment in the benefit of the company, for the development of the company, in the good faith of the company and its members and its development. So that is the end of the lecture number 9, part A. It is today we have discussed that how the company run its affairs. Basically, all the power and functions of the management of the administration of company are vested in the board of directors. Okay. Now, what is board of director? Board of director is consist of the representative of the people, but there are 4 types of directors. First director is called as director by subscription. Second, by subsequent, who are elected by the general shareholders. Third is the casual directors, who are appointed in the case of any vacancy made, because new fresh election will not be made, but the existing director will appoint. And last but not the least, that is the independent directors, who are neither the members, so they are unique in the sense that they are just expertise. They are not the member of the company and have no relation, no pecuniary relation, no monetary relation, and no other interest with the company. So they exercise an independent judgment for the benefit of the company, for the progress of the company and its shareholders. So we will have a short break here, and we will inshallah again meet, and we'll start lecture 9, part B. Thank you very much, and Allah.